Well, I've written a book called Living Courageously. It's a wonderful book about how to overcome fear in your life. I open chapter 1 with a letter to the spirit of fear telling him goodbye. And you know, if you're ever going to overcome fear, the first thing you have to do is decide that you're going to break up with fear, that you're going to have an attitude toward yourself, no fear lives here. The only acceptable attitude that a Christian should have is I will not fear. And you know, King David, the psalmist David, he said that several times in the Psalms, I will not fear. What can man do unto me? If God is for me, who can be against me? And I love that I will not fear. He certainly wasn't saying I don't feel fear. He was making a decision that he was not going to let fear rule his life. And I think that's the first thing that we all have to do. You know, sometimes you've had something for so long in your life that you just get miserably comfortable with it. You don't really like it, but you've had it for so long that you settle down and just think, well, I guess this is the way it is, or this is just the way I am, or this is the way life is, and you don't even believe that you can live any other way. You know, in my childhood, I was abused sexually by my dad for a lot of years, and so my life was rooted in fear. My dad was an angry man, and he drank a lot, and he would come home angry and get violent with my mom and rant and rave and yell, and then there was all the abuse, and I just remember growing up in fear. And so it was challenging for me to learn to not live in that fear. And I had to learn one thing at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. But I have learned a lot of things over the years, and I believe you can benefit from some of the experiences that I've gone through. Some of them were very difficult, some were painful, but I believe that I can help you avoid some of that pain in your life if you will also learn to say, I will not fear. You know, God has not given us a spirit of fear. Fear is not from God. God has given us a spirit of power and love and a sound mind. When fear attacks us, it's the enemy. It's the devil, and he's always trying to get us or to keep us from making progress. Let's just say, for example, that you want to go back to college. Maybe you're in your 40s and you never got a college degree and you've decided you'd like to go to college and get a degree. Well, probably the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to be afraid that maybe you're too old, or you're going to be afraid that you can't learn at your age, or you're going to be afraid you won't get accepted into college. One thing's for sure, if God's put a good idea in your heart, something that's going to bless you and bless your family, something that's a desire of your heart, it's not God then putting that fear in there telling you not to do it, but it is the enemy, because he doesn't want you to make progress. So I'm asking you today, if you will make a decision, first and foremost, I am not going to live in fear. Now that doesn't mean that you will never feel fear, but it does mean that you can learn how to conquer it and overcome it. And we're going to talk more about that on another one of these little mini teachings.